Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Rob G. Thank you so much for visiting robgweightloss.com. So, just want to give you guys an update. Since my last post over the last 10 days, I'm happy to announce I've lost 10 more pounds. So, basically, in the last week and a half, or actually 10 days, 10 pounds. So, just wanted to give you some great news. It may seem like a lot of weight, but I retain a lot of water. Based on like the sodium that I eat. So when I wasn't watching what I was eating, my calories, and actually the seasoning on foods, I noticed I was just adding weight back on. So I went back to counting calories, as you know, and really just cutting back on the sodium and starting to see some results. Really biggest thing for me is where I start seeing it is little bit of a jawline right here, so makes me feel pretty good. Really starting to think ahead to my next major plateau. Well, I wouldn't say plateau, but next major target, and that would be 399. I know I set a goal to get down to 300 in the next 2 years, but I think I'm switching gears a little bit, knowing that it's not a race. It's a marathon. It's all about a lifestyle. It's not going to happen overnight. And I have to acknowledge that I've lost 150 pounds so far. So, I've already won half the battle. But my mindset has changed in the fact that it's just all about slow and steady. And if I get to that number by the end of the year, great. If I don't, I'm not a loser. It's not like I'm going to beat up on myself. Ever since I kind of came out of my shell and was just more truthful with you guys as far as me dropping the ball and not being on top of my game, everything has really just, I've done a complete 180. I've seized the momentum, right? Carpe diem, seize the day. And so many of you online have really been just so inspirational through your own weight loss journeys. When I look at, somebody stands out is, Jenny and Alicia, my friends in New York and Oregon. I met them on Facebook, and they've been behind me, for many months now, and they're doing phenomenal. Another friend out there, Lisa Gore, she's doing incredible things as well. I shared a website that was, shared with me from my nutritionist, which is livestrong.com, and that website is great for tracking your calories, and it's just great for recipes and fitness. It's just an awesome site that Lance Armstrong has created. So she's now using that website, and she's doing better as well. And there's just so many more names. I mean, tonight my buddy Miguel, talked about how his son has been encouraging him to get back in the gym, and so he is. My friend Ashley spoke to her today, and God bless her. She's 12 weeks pregnant right now, and now she's on a mission to really just kick her fitness up a notch. Obviously through making sure that it's okay with the doctor, but she really wants to make sure the weight that she gains is really just primarily the baby growing, and not eating poorly and gaining a lot of excess weight on top of the baby. So I really applaud her for kicking it up a notch. And so there's again just so many people out there who are just stepping up their game. I think my buddy Chris Wynn, haven't spoke to him in many years. He said he was 450, and now he's back on the diet and eating right, and he thanked me for sharing my story. So there's just a multitude of just positive energy that I'm really feeding off of. My wife, she's been working out with a personal trainer. She has been really stepping up her game with her diet. Now it's like when she asks for a snack, she's always asking, can you cut up an apple for me? In the past, it may not have been that choice. So, both she and I are really partnering together to step up our game. And so the next, going back to what I said a few minutes ago, I'm really focusing on getting to that next mark, which is below 400. Last time I was below 400, believe it or not, is when I was, I think, right around 17 years old. I played 2 years of high school football at 380 pounds. And it's amazing because back then, I used to get teased all the time and, man, he's huge and this and that. And it's like, when I look back and I think, well, I got up to 600, 380 is like skidding to me. So it's just really, it's really just incredible, how things change as you get older and you go through life and kind of put things in perspective. I've been staying active at home, been using the Xbox Connect. I use that for, there's golf and football, so I just find it fun and it gets me up and moving. Also been using my resistance bands and my balance ball. I'm really excited. My balance issue, I still have that issue where, like, ever since I hurt my knees back in September and I tore the meniscus in my knees, now I feel like they lock a lot, and then it kind of causes me to get like really disoriented. But I just purchased some New Balance sneakers that are really good for flat feet, because I think what's double whammy for me is the fact that I'm carrying the weight, 6'5", 450 pounds. That's a lot of pressure on my joints, and then on top of that, I'm totally flat-footed, or I have flat feet. So these New Balance 993, that's the model number of the actual sneaker. I felt a huge difference. So shout out to New Balance. New Balance really does really has some great shoes for people, especially if you have any problems with your feet. So I am feeling better, feeling the balance coming back. Still have those symptoms sometimes, but it's all about this, woe is me, I'm a victim, I can't do anything, versus, okay, yeah, this sucks, but I'm going to find a way around it. Thanks to my mom for that. She's always instilled that in me. She's a fighter. She's, had to deal with, a lot of adversity growing up. And she has actually a hearing deficit, has overcome that raising my brother and I alone in New York City. So when I look at that example and all the things that she's taught me, well, you know what? I need to do my part, step up my game, and overcome those obstacles, and not be a victim, and hopefully inspire some others. I've received a lot of great feedback as well with my health kick updates, the pictures of me drinking water. I'm really excited to see many of you out there are stepping up your game as far as drinking more water. I also like the fact that many of you are packing your food and bringing your food to work, which is essential to weight loss. Drinking that water, knowing what you're putting in your body. I also posted pictures of the staircase, reminding everybody there's different ways to get an exercise throughout the day. So it's just been just a lot of great things. That the momentum is back in my corner. I'm wiser because of the adversity that I've recently encountered, and I know there's going to be more along the way. So, but I think the fact that I've been through this little period makes me better prepared to overcome the next hurdle that comes my way. So with that being said, I'd like to congratulate all of you out there who continue to make positive strides. I'm really proud of you guys. I feed off of what you're doing. So the better you're doing, the better I'm doing. So at the end of the day, we're all in this together. And any of the videos that I put out there, if you feel they can inspire a friend or family member who has a lot of weight to lose, I highly encourage you just to share the link with them. Because again, knowledge is power, and when you're overweight, sometimes you feel like you're the only one in the world going through it, and that's not the case. So that's all I have for tonight, guys. It's about 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 40 seconds at this point. Thank you guys for all your continued support, and I'll keep the updates coming. God bless. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.